In our sample here, we've got a section here, Section 1, Level 1, which contains 3 pages. Section 1, Level 1, Section 1, Level 2, and Section 1, Level 3. We're going to use the North52 Data Packager to quickly replicate this site structure. We come across to our Dynamics environment, and we're in the Settings Solutions area. Before we create a new data package, our best practice is that you create a solution to house the data package components. We're going to give this a display name of Copy Site Structure. We're going to choose Default Publisher and just give it a version of 1. Once that's been created, we can then navigate to Settings, North52 BPA, North52 Data Package, and create a new data package. We're going to create this new data package with the same name as our solution. So when this comes up, I'm just going to replace the default text with Copy Site Structure, and then we're going to associate our solution that created earlier, Copy Site Structure, with this data package. Before we can add data to the data package, we need to save the record. We come across to our Explore tab to add data. We find the web page entity and then locate the web page records that we want to replicate. In this case, they contain the word level, and we can see here we've got the root page here and the language page as well. I'm just going to check all those records there and add them to our data package. Once that's done, I'm going to add some further data, and this is the form of web links. So we want to replicate the Section 1 Level 1 link, and again just select that and add that to my data package. We're just going to save our data package, and then we need to make a few changes to this data before we can replicate it. First one is that we want to change the names of all these web pages and give them a new name. So what we can do is we can use the search and replace, and we can say we want to find Section 1 and replace that with Section 2. So I'm just going to replace all of those, and we can see that our web link has also been replaced. The other thing that we need to do with regard to finding and replacing is the partial URL that also needs to be updated. So again, we can just use our search and replace. In this case, I'm just going to use section-1 and replace that section-2. I'm going to replace them all. And come back here. The other thing that we need to do before we can replicate the data is update the GUIDs. I'm just going to save those changes that we've just made. To create new records, we obviously can't use the same IDs. So what we can do here is highlight those and then use our GUID switcher functionality from the command menu. We can see all those GUIDs have now been changed. We also need to do this on the web link page, and just again highlight that GUID and use the GUID switcher, and then we're ready to replicate our site structure. One more step though, because we're dealing with web pages, we need to disable plugins that may be associated with that entity, and we do this by using some functionality that you can add to your data package from the snippets menu here called Data Package Setup Processes. And when we click on that, it adds 2 new sheets and some configuration options. So the first sheet is the deactivate, and this is basically the commands to deactivate plugins and processes. And then we also have another one here to activate those plugins that we disabled in that first sheet. We then need to come to our global calculations sheet here and find the plugin entities to disable CSV field and add the entities that we want here. In this case, it's going to be our web page, so we can go to our data model here and look for web page and add that. And perhaps there might be a plugin on our web link as well, so we can just add that. This needs to be a CSV, so I just need to put a comma in between those two here. And that's done. We've also got processes to disable CSV here. There is no processes to disable in this example, so we'll just leave that as it stands. Once we click Save, we should be ready to go. To execute a data package, we come up to our Execute flyout and click the Execute button. Wait a few seconds for all that to create all those pages in the background, and if there's no errors, we should just get a message here saying formula result and some JSON, and that has now been done. So if we come back to our website, I'm going to clear the cache just so that we can make sure we can see those new pages. And once that's been done and we navigate to our website again, we should see those changes that have been made. Under the sections section setting here, we should have 2, section 1, level 2, and in here we should have section 2, level 1 page, section 2, level 2 page, and our section 2, level 3 page. So there it is. That's how easy it is to replicate a site structure using North52's data package. For further information, please see our website, north52.com, or our support portal, support.north52.com.